Hey, my friends, my fellow YouTubers, and my peeps. This is Meat Krofsky. And I like to have meat the press. Meat Krofsky. A bit of humor. Actually, this is a sharing truth segment. If you guys saw my little video yesterday, that I wasn't doing a video yesterday, which was Wednesday, my normal video day. That's because I had a lot of things going on. I was writing this report I was talking about, and that's actually what this video is going to be about. I'm filming this at a different angle today, kind of at my desk. I guess I could have set the camera probably up over here. But let me know if you like these side angles. Get a view of my little glass desk, I guess, and some of my stuff laying around. Got some books and anyway, let's do this. I'm gonna do this without my glasses on. You like me with my glasses on or without my glasses on? Or I can just put my glasses up too. I think I'm just gonna put them up. All right. Okay, here we go. There's a question asked to me by one of my friends, Doug Watson. And he asked me, will society as a whole ever change for the good, or will it keep spiraling downward like it has been? Well, we want to just go with the simple answer. Yes, society is going to fall one day. The whole heaven and the whole earth is going to become new. Just like it was foretold in Revelation 21. So I'm going to read a little bit of the Revelation 21. And I looked, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Now, verse 3. I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Jehovah, of God, is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and he, their God. And he shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Verse 4. And there shall be no more death, neither there be no more pain, for the former things will be passed away. The former things are passed away. It says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto them that is thirsty the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But it also applies to women too. It's just the way it was written in the original King James Bible. I'm going to go down a little bit, and there's one more verse. And then they talk of, we keep reading it, they talk about the beauty of heaven, and how the gold and the way the city is laid out. And here it is, verse 24. And 24. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it. For the glory of Jehovah, of God, did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth to bring their glory and the honor into it. That, my friend, will be a glorious day. That will be a glorious day. I put in my notes, it's the day I'm waiting for. Will be the glorious day. Now, as far as the republics, here we go. Here's the history. The history of the fall of the republics, Are We Next? By Timothy Cross, the M.A., that's me. I have a Master in Arts and Sociology, B.A. in Theology. Now, the United States is really a republic, okay? I call it a democratic republic. And every republic has fallen. The worst was the fall of Rome. This can be compared to the United States today. We are kind of like Rome in the first century. I talk about politics being broken down, and there is a lot of arguing back and forth between the parties. The Roman Republic lasted for over 400 years, but it never recovered. And Americans, we are resilient, and we have recovered. Here we go. The United States of America is younger than Rome when it fell. Okay, much younger than Rome when it fell. But we are in a bad predicament with the things that's going on today, and I'm gonna go on that in some detail here. I write about the parties working together. Parties they have to work together. You know, like during the times of Kennedy. You know, when the parties, they would do what was good for the Republic. The Republic of America, the Republic of the United States. Here we go. This is what I write. Americans have overcome many obstacles. The fall of the Twin Towers during 9/11, the bombing in Oklahoma by Timothy McVeigh, the Boston Marathon bombing, and many other atrocities in our homeland. But can we overcome this? Is our time coming? Here's some history of the United States. The first settlers came here in 1619, and then the Pilgrims came here in 1620. Sadly, we slaughtered many Indians and took their land. I did a report on this in one of my college classes about us being the first terrorists. We were no different than terrorists themselves, because we basically came in, took away the Indians' land. Andrew Jackson made the Indians march on the Trail of Tears. Then in 1776, our Constitution was ratified and we became a nation. The nation is called the Republic of the United States of America. That is our nation, the Republic of the United States of America. The founding fathers were well versed in Mormon culture and in their literature. In fact, our Constitution is based off the Roman Republic. The historian Polybius laid out the clearest description of the Roman Republic's Constitution, where the representatives of the various social classes, the power of the elites, and the power of the mob was the heart of Rome, which is much like the United States today. I mean, think about it, the top 1% of the billionaires control the other 99% of this nation. There is very little class in this nation anymore. It's mostly rich and poor. the history of Rome. Rome was ruled as a republic for 482 years and fell. It was ruled as a monarchy. Before that, Rome was a vast empire which lasted for over 1,500 years. It is the longest the world has ever seen, but not the biggest. The biggest empire was the Ottoman Empire, which lasted from 1322 to 1922. It fell during World War I. The empire consisted of Bulgaria, Egypt, Greece, Hungary, Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, Macedonia, Romania, Syria, parts of Arabia, and northern Africa. It was truly a vast empire. People say Rome chose to let the democracy die. Then it became very violent and unstable. This was due to the growing wealth inequality, the partisan gridlock, the lack of bipartisanship, political violence, and pandering. They did not protect their political institutions, so the Romans turned to the perceived stability of their vast empire. They thought, hey, we have a vast empire. They perceived that it was stable since it was so vast. However, the violence grew unstoppable, and the degraded republic fell. And the midterm elections of 2018 actually talked about many of these issues, these exact topics. Watts states, this is a quote from Watts, above all else, the Roman Republic teaches us modern citizens the changes that come from condoning political obstruction and courting political violence. Then I add that furthermore, when leaders and presidents engage in corrosive, abusive behaviors, the republic that they represent, if the behavior is not changed, will truly fall. Now, I try to keep my channel kid-friendly. So I'm not going to read a lot of detail here. But I write, the blind can see what's really going on, because there's a lot of bad things really going on in this world, you know. There are kids in cages, basically. There are Muslims being tortured in China. There was a Russian interference, which we all know about in our nation. And a guy I met, Dirk Van Leeuwen, he was a Holocaust survivor. And I met him during the Dutch Days Festival. I do a Dutch Days Festival every year. My wife and I, we have so much fun at the Dutch Days Festival in the Fulton. If they have a chance to go visit Fulton, Illinois, I mean, it's a blast. The Dirk Van Leeuwen, he talked about the Nazi type camps that's in North Korea, and he talked about some of these topics that I mentioned here. Talked about the rise of violence and the mass shootings, and it's really sad what's going on, and hate is on the rise, and it just saddens me. And when you look around and you hear it on the news and you see it in society, it just, I mean, are we spiraling downward like my friend asked me? I don't want to go into too much more detail of the violence. I talk about the discouragement of the minority voting that's been going on too. It's I call it a de facto one-party state, the fiction of a democracy. I'm just going to read my conclusion here. In my conclusion, I write, sadly, the erosion of our democracy is well underway, and there is no guarantee that it will ever really be able to recover. If there is to be hope, and of course, God is hope, and I have a lot of faith. But for the redemption of the American Republic, the Republic of the United States, I call it the Democratic Republic of the United States, because we have democratic values as well. If there is to be hope, it has to start with the recognition of all these things that's going on, these bad things. Okay? But we have to look and see how things really are. A democracy is on the edge. That is for certain. I mean, all that fighting back and forth, things continue the way they are, going in America, the Republic of the United States. We will one day fall. I mean, republics fall. Okay, here we go. We do not replace hate with kindness. We replace bullying with compassion. Replace acceptance with action, especially in things like the climate change, on immigration reform, or infrastructure, feeding the hungry, helping the poor, just being godly, just doing what Jesus would do. What would Jesus do? But one children's time I was talking about, and I said we are stewards of the earth. Well, we are stewards of the earth. All right? We have to be the stewards of the earth. We have to protect our earth and its society. If we don't, and we continue on this falling downward path, yes, we, our republic, will one day fall, and the world will follow. It's like I said, it's a really deep report. Did a lot of research on it. Gotta be kind. Gotta be compassionate. Gotta get along with other nations. We can't alienate ourselves. We have to get out there and take action. Take action in our community. Help others. Volunteer. Meet different people. Learn about the different culture. To me, that's really what it's about. Because that is what society is. It's people getting along. Like I was reading in Revelation. I mean, that's going to be a beautiful day when there's a new heaven and a new earth, and everybody is getting along. All those nations are getting along. That's really what we have to do. And I am going to do a video one day on my feelings on the climate change. I don't know if you guys seen my old EPA video where I talked about this with the EPA. So I'm not going to talk about too much of being a steward of the earth, but I'm going to save that for a later video. And also give me some more video suggestions for next year. Of course, at the end of this year, it's going to be mostly my Halloween things, my hauntings in the home that I do every year, my family gatherings. In between the holidays, that's probably when I'm going to do my climate change video. Uh, when it's actually going to be at the coldest months. And maybe I'll even do it on winter solstice, the 21st. Well, it depends on what that Wednesday is. I do my video Wednesdays, but that is an interesting fact that the Earth is closest to the sun during the winter solstice time than it is during the summer solstice. It's the farthest from the sun, yet it's the warmest days on Earth. The winter is closer to the sun, it's the coldest days on Earth. And I'll actually explain that to you when I talk about the climate video. Uh, it's some interesting stuff that I've learned a lot more details about ecology. You learn the basic stuff, of course, in elementary and high school. But yeah. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and blessings always.